Hey guys, welcome to TCGU's Final Fantasy Podcast. My name is Noah, your lovely host, and I am joined by
Byron.
And
What's up, homies? Zest back again.
we'd just like to say, hey guys, thanks for watching, as always. So before we get started, we got the usual housekeeping stuff. We'd just like to say go ahead and support us by checking us out on Facebook, subbing at YouTube, enrolling on Patreon, or watching us live at twitch.tv. It's TV. I keep wanting to say .com /TCG University, which, I mean, you just TCG University on the end of everything there. We're also available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify. Go rate us 5 stars, baby. Oh, they put a baby on there? That one seems new. if you want us on any other streaming sites, just give us a shout out. We'll make sure we get on there. We'd also like to thank our junior and higher sponsors. We have Addie, Andrew Dang, Anthony Albano, Bryce Ratsack, Chris Miner, Clay Cardwell, Jacob Arshin Monsieur, Jay Rogers, Jarrett Hubbard, Jesse Cervini. Did I do that right?
Yeah, Cervini.
Ah, yes. Jesse Morrison, Jesse Nick. A lot of Jessies again. John Stone, Justin Farce, Justin Hobbs, Kat Maria, Kevin Broberg, Kieran Vision, Lucinda Letica, Okami Law, Orlando Valdez Santos, Paul Casagrande, Peyton Kiker, Ransom MacArthur, Samantha Stevens, the baddest bitch around, Sean O'Brien, and Tyler Zan Pease. Also, make sure to our lovely sponsors as well. We're gonna spaz on this every time. Is Cards Custom Build, Ink Gaming, and Dex Protection. Hey, before recording checklist. Whoa, should have done that beforehand.
Did you talk to him about the life counters already?
We did the life counters last time. I don't know
if
we're still doing that. I don't know if we're still doing that, but I'm going to date this video anyways. Hey, guys, we have a $30 Patreon exclusive merch on life counters this month. I'm pretty sure that was last month because this month just started, but it's still on there, and we have giveaways on Twitch.
All right.
They don't update it. Hey, we told you.
So new cards. They dropped a lot.
Dude, my fucking
of them.
Head hurts from the amount of cards that they dropped. So goddamn quick.
Bananas.
All right, so let's pull this up on here too as well. Where are we starting from, by the way?
So we actually are going to be starting with Choco Latte.
That's not on here.
Oh, right, that's not on here?
I don't think it's on this one.
Okay. So we want to just start with the ones on there and then just work our way down?
If you want to do that.
Okay.
It might be easier. All right, let's switch so they can see this cool stuff as well.
All right.
Ooh. There we go.
All right. So our first card, Princess Goblin. She is a category WAF backup for 2 in fire. She is a goblin. And when she enters the field, you search for a light forward and it adds to your hand. And then she has the caveat, when a light forward enters your field, put her into the break zone. What do we think, gentlemen?
Well,
So she searches for the shit that kills her.
Yeah.
Well, does WAF really play any lights? Do they play Citra maybe?
If you want to go that route, but
what usually
they don't really play Hein. Hein or Veritas.
Which are dark. So.
Which I just care that she's a 2-drop backup in WAF. That's all I care about.
In WAF, she is if you want to incorporate light in there, you could.
Yeah, I mean, you can just change the route from Hein to another light.
And honestly, I think the ability to change. I mean, we said it earlier in the pre-show. Changing a few cards could actually make the deck better.
Yeah,
so sure. if you try light instead of dark, and this card has the ability to blow itself up, so you can play other backups that are important, like Sequordes or
Pellinor.
Pellinor. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep. I got you, homie.
Once you get to those points,
Yep. So I honestly don't care about her text. I'll be straight up honest. I don't. It's
just a cheap ass backup for WAF.
Yep. And because here's the thing, you play Shadow because WAF's been playing Shadow, and WAF thrives off its 2-drop backups, kind of like 6 does. You want to turbo out as many WAF backups as you can, so that way Ryan can barf out, and then you're able to just start slugging in.
Fucking jamming.
Yeah. So by having another 3 of a 2 cost within our category, mint, straight mint.
If we want to use the text though, what would be a light forward that's worth searching for?
Citra.
I mean, that's if you're playing enough summons for Citra to matter, though.
I mean, but yeah. But I mean, Citra's a good target for it.
I mean, that's fair.
Another option to consider is Cloud. If you actually want to include a few Category 7 characters.
Oh, you could just play Blade Beam Cloud.
No, or Yo. So, here's the thing, right? Is, yeah, if you consider Light Cloud and you want to search for a character, you could actually hit Jesse. And then you can either have Jesse search for Kadaj or any other different kind of toolbox 7 character that you're running around with, whether it's like if you want to play like Vincent or some other category 7 character that kind of like fits in with like what you're going for, like Tifa or something like that.
I
Just
lied. I think the Opus 1 Cloud is better than Blade Beam Cloud.
wow.
The only reason I say that is because WAF just cleans up everything else.
Yeah.
Because you deal 4K to the board for less.
I don't know.
And then your WAF characters are gonna pick off everything else. So you're dealing
If you
8K
give
to
him
the board.
haste, maybe.
I mean, Rain gives them haste.
No, I mean you have to give him haste.
I mean, I guess it's fair. Or you just leave them on the field for a turn and be like, hey, look, I'm gonna barf Rain next.
Yeah.
Have fun.
You know, Princess Goblin is good. Also, target for Aerith.
I mean, Zidane actually wouldn't be half bad either because he draws you a card, or he can make them discard a card.
What about Aerith?
Oh, the Light Earth, and pick up 2 category 7 characters.
Vaughn or Vayne. Which one is it? Vayne?
That's Vaughn.
Vaughn. Yeah, Vaughn.
Wait, what?
When Vaughn attacks, you select up to 2 of the 5 following actions. You draw a card, you choose the backup, activate it, choose a forward, duel it, or choose a forward and it gains 2k power to the end of the turn. It's a card to search.
Yeah, but he's got to attack. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, but it gives them something else to pick at then instead of Rain. It's a slight lightning rod, and if they don't deal with them, then you can attack and draw a card to do
Yo, Hrosfelger, and you remove their break zone from the game.
Hrosfelger.
Hrosfelger.
That's it. Oh yeah, that's it.
Basically. But like I said, I honestly don't care about the text. I just think that she's a 2-drop backup. That's it. That's the only reason we're playing her. Because people have played backups for less. Like, let's be honest, right? Like, there's people, like, before, like, we got Shadow and stuff like that. People played 2-drop Edgar just because he was a 6 backup.
That's fair. That Edgar's really good.
So I found out. Next card.
Hey, you almost had me with it too. Don't worry. Olmia.
Category 11.
Ice forwards other than Olmia you control gain 1k power, damage 3. Dolar, choose an ice forward, gains 2k power till the end of the turn. Damage 5. Dolar, choose an ice forward until the end of the turn. It gains 2k power, haste, first strike, and brave. What the and this is all on a 2-cost forward?
I don't know about you guys.
Are you feeling 22?
No, not only that, but I don't know about you, but Turbo Ice discard. I'm on damage 5. I'm gonna give every single forward I play haste. Because you had to worry about Squall before, right? What if I made everything Squall?
What if I made everything Squall?
And fun fact, she can choose herself with her own abilities, so you can block with her.
And then Dolar,
yeah,
make her a 7k?
Yeah. And make her a 7k with first strike.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Another fun thing, too, and we might actually start seeing like Firewater Waff in the next couple of sets. I'm actually predicting it. Is she...
Queen.
Well, not only that, but it's a goblin, right? There's a 3-drop back in Opus 10 called Verena, EX Burst. Search for a job goblin.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Waff is just I mean, honestly, if you make Waff a search deck that
Yo.
plays its key pieces, it's really good.
Yo. So, like, if you do that Verena...
Hey, you're
with
getting too far ahead with this light bulb moment here, okay?
Okay.
No, keep going. No, you're good.
No, so, like, Verena searches for a goblin, so it searches that backup, and you can go grab a light forward. So, like, like you were saying, like, Citra and stuff, right? But if you
One card
actually...
for 2.
Well, yeah, because, like, you're building your backer for, like, fire water, and, like, you can go grab, like, a light Zidane to discard to the water Zidane. That's not bad. I have ideas spinning here. Like, water fire is, I still think, one of the weaker color combinations, but I'm seeing some gas there.
I mean, the weakest one's probably ice, right?
Yeah.
Fire ice for Waff.
Well, and for Waff, yeah, because, like...
There's like 2 ice cards.
Yeah. Babliz and Sid Waff.
And Sid Waff.
All right. But, yeah, back to her, though. Turbo Ice, 110%.
Yeah. She's also a bard. Hey, dude. I like bards.
Eduardo. You tag with the Ford, Eduardo.
Look at all my dull shit.
What do you guys... So what else do you guys think about her, then?
I think she's gonna be somewhat relevant for sure.
I mean, I just think it'd be funny to play Genesis and give it haste, first strike, and brave.
Yeah.
I'll dull free something and then swing and make you pitch that extra card in your hand.
A 9K haste...
Yeah.
It definitely helps with like ice with their problem of
Did I hear I just
having
played
like
Emmett
low
Sludge
attack forwards.
Yeah.
Just because they're not really that strong.
You're able to
I mean,
trade
they have
in.
discards, but like this actually adds a little bit more power
And
to them.
I also like her because the idea of turbo discard, because you reach this nice catch-22 where if you have her on board and you have the 1-drop Mateus the Corrupt, here's the question. I attack with my 3k dude. Do you block it and lose it to Mateus? Or Do you try to see if you can't get like a smaller guy underneath it and then I first strike into it? It really opens up a lot of avenues for me to like have like my Argath and like Sarah live
Yeah.
and keep going in later.
For sure.
And it's a full art.
It's a nice solid card for sure.
Yeah, it's a full art.
Yeah,
Full art,
it looks really nice as full art.
Dude, this realm. I'm sorry. This realm is probably one of my favorite full art cards. There's so much.
It's
going
so
on.
nice.
It's so much going on that like it can.
The
almost make you
action is
nauseous,
unreal.
But like
the
it's-
color
Yeah,
combination.
once it's foiled, imagine that foil,
Oh,
dude.
God.
Beautiful.
All right, so Realm, she's a Pictomancer, which that's pretty cool. She plays Pictionary for a living.
Sure
when
does.
Realm enters the field, choose a character without the
Multiplay.
multiple.
Yep.
Other than Realm, you may search for one character with the same name, add it to your hand. Go.
This is Water Gabby. No, I've told you guys like before we start, this is Water Gabby. And the best part about that card, if your opponent has a character that's in your deck that you need to get right now, you can fetch it. Oh, you played your Gabby early? Thanks. I'm going to go get my Gabby now. And oh, you played your Tyro? I'm going to go grab my Tyro because it's character.
Yeah.
That's
So
insane.
it hits backups, it hits forwards.
Why'd
it
she
hits
have to be an
monsters.
EX? Why is she an EX? If you remove the EX symbol from her, she'd be fine.
Nah, dude,
she'd be
we
amazing.
Need the EX symbol. She has to be the best.
We already had Gabby. Don't spoil me like
But
this.
why not get a better, an almost better Gabby, depending?
Yeah, because you search with Castellian. That's fair. Well, like I said, Porque no Los Dos, just play both.
I mean, yeah. All right.
But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on it then?
I don't know. So you're able to search for
A character.
another character without the multiple symbol.
Yep, that's
So it
not
loses
realm.
to
But
Choconos.
that one has to be on the field though, right? Like you
You choose any character on board.
on board.
Can be your own, can be your opponent's. As long as it's a character that's not realm or it's a multiplay, you can search it.
I don't
So,
know
I
if that's
mean-
a better Gabby though. Or
No, I'm saying it's
I don't-
Water's Gabby.
It's just Water's version.
uh,
Are you gonna say Water's version is just Gabby if you play a mud deck?
I mean that's really cool though. I like the idea of a mud deck.
I mean, dude, I'm telling you, a mud deck. The mud deck that comes to mind every time I think of it, just because like the card interaction is really fucking stupid, is Zidane Bosch. You might not get anywhere with it, but I just think it's real funny that you can rack up cards with Zidane and then be like, "Look at my Bosch."
I always liked Water with the 3-drop Noctis because if you're not buffing him, you're reducing their powers. That way, when he
Yup.
fights that card, he still lives.
Yep.
So I don't know if I like the card. I think it's a good card for sure.
She's insane.
I don't think she's insane though.
Bro, do you see that EX
like
at the
she's
top?
no, I completely understand.
So the way
Like,
that
here-
the way you're responding right now, though, it's like what everyone said when Gabby was first coming out. It's like, oh, he's not that impressive, and then you're gonna see this and be like, oh man, dude, this is insane.
I think no, I don't think it's insane. I think it's a really really good card.
Okay.
But the thing is that it's good because it also helps you with your special abilities.
Oh yeah.
like that's
Special chains.
Yeah, like that's what's
special
really
chains.
cool about it. That it's gonna help you with your special abilities of your forwards or backups, whichever one you have.
Yep.
But it's a good search card. But I don't think it's like gonna be on par with like Gabby with
Okay.
Branth at all.
All right.
So
Noah, what are your thoughts?
So I just like Realm in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the card's cool. My issue is like I would love to play this card in. Actually, I don't really think I would need it in it. But any deck that plays like just a Realm that's not this, I probably wouldn't want to play this card too much in, unless I Magic Pot. Oh fuck, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Magic
magic.
Pot into this one.
Yeah, and then she like grabs your other magic pot. Oh, actually no, magic pot is multiplayer, so you can't grab it.
Well, yeah, but she'll grab anything else that like you want to
but-
want in a case.
Well, because remember how people used to discard 3 cards to play realm?
Yeah.
So if you just discard a card and play this realm, and then you magic pot in the 5-cost one.
Yep, that's what you want. You want to get rid of this and Magic Pot in the 5 cost after.
Yeah,
That'd be really good.
you chain up.
This card's good.
question:
If
Yes.
I
Are you
rated
able to
it.
make this mistiming?
So like if you choose a guy and then you kill your own guy.
So if you choose a guy and your opponent kills your guy,
Yeah.
are you able to make this mistiming? Does it since they
Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, since it's there.
Because at that point, there's no character for it to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they EX it, you can't.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, if you EX it.
Yeah, but if you it's just like Renoa. It's
Yeah.
the same thing for
Okay.
Renoa.
But the problem is you would have to sacrifice your own dude for it. If you're killing it. I mean, you can chocobo it back to hand or whatever, but...
Okay.
I'd rather let them
I don't know.
search than kill one of my own dudes that I might need on board later. Just depends.
But yeah, I mean, obviously if they're
But the
targeting
ability
their
to
own-
make a mistiming is really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
I
a
see
good
the
that's a
value.
good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
All right. 5-drop Gilgamesh. This card already got me hard because I don't know why. I just have a real weird Gilgamesh boner, and I think it's just because I started with all 4s in this game. But like, 5 cost, lightning. That says put him in the break zone. Choose forward, break it. Fucking stupid. Dolem, search for a card name. What does that say?
Indiku.
Indiku.
Yep.
Play it onto the field. Oh shit! Wait, he doles and plays a card.
Yeah.
I thought it was just grabbing it first. All right. Pay
3 lightning.
5, 3 lightning, 2 of any color. Choose a damage forward and break it. So I'm gonna ping your dude for 1 because like I EX burst and I'm just gonna pay 5 and break it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to wait a turn to use that
No,
bottom effect.
you don't.
It's
So like
cool.
you could force a fight between 2 dudes and then be like, hey, look, boop.
So the other cool
Hey,
thing,
it's a 9K.
the other thing I think would be cool with that also is that if you did kind of like a mid-range build with the 2-drop Gilgamesh, oh, you killed my 2-drop. I'm gonna bring this bad boy out. Deal with him now.
Gilgamesh just has so much Gilgamesh shit. It's hilarious.
I go ahead
I like that he's also a Mobius character, honestly.
because man, give
yeah.
him haste.
Yep. For sure. You know, they've been really stepping up with the art, honestly. For this opus has been really cool.
Oh yeah, there's
art.
been like I really like the lighting
Mm-hmm.
in the back with that Gilgamesh,
Or he's got to shine.
and he's still a 5. He's
fucking
still category 5,
angel
baby.
he is. He better be.
I still want to wait and see if they release an Indiku this set before I like fully evaluate
have?
him. We don't.
We don't
The only
have?
one we have is
Okay.
Indiku Uruk, which works with the Type 0 Gilgamesh, and he does not grab that one
Okay.
because it's
Well,
not.
then that means they would have to release one then, right?
I don't know. They released the Lightning Without a New Odin in Opus 10. Remember?
So I quit this game. I'm just kidding.
So I think if it's not in this set, then it's probably in like 2 sets they'll release an Indiku.
But then this card's like not gonna get its full value ever until that point.
The other 2 effects I think are.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, I
no,
think
no.
just,
The other
I
2
think-
effects are still
I
super
think
relevant.
going, I'll block with him, break him, and kill another dude is hilarious.
Well, yeah, no, he's like because what's cool is like I envision him with like Desh and himself. You now have 2 forwards, and on damage 5, I can break 2 things just because I feel like it.
Yep. Oh, look at me.
Yep.
Ooh, a multicolored card. We have Iris.
Category 15.
Thank you. She's a Lucian subject. Oh no, slavery still exists there. When Iris enters,
That
the,
just means that she's a person that lives in that kingdom, dummy.
well, listen. It says subject, meaning she's not important.
All right, read the card.
When Iris enters the field, choose up to 2 wind backups you control and up to 2 earth backups you control. What the fuck?
She's free.
She's free.
Read the rest of her
the
effects.
hell?
She still has more text. Keep going.
Pay 1 wind, pay 1 earth. Select one of the 2 following actions. She gains 2k power until the end of the turn. Oh, so she's a 410k.
Keep going.
That's free.
Keep going.
Or she cannot be blocked by a forward of power 9k or more until the end of the. What the?
So can we just name this? Hey Noah. Can we name this opus? But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, that card's really cool.
Yeah, because she's free. Like she's guaranteed free. Like because you're going to have 2 earth backups and 2 wind backups in that archetype because you're playing Sem Levi and Star Sybil, and you're also playing the Mughal 11 as well. And what's super cool is that if you again we're walking into Chris's Wonderland, right? So you have the Mughal 11, you have Star Sybil, you have Sen Levi, and then you have some other category 11 backup, right? So you activate them all. You then Star Sybil something in, right? And then you also get to search for a card. Bananas. But yeah, no, she is super relevant
Why is
text
this card free? What? She's
'Cause
a
they-
rare.
because they felt like
What
it.
the hell, dude?
Because they felt like it.
Like at least, I know Aerith. God, somebody shoot me. I don't want to start this whole debate. Aerith will get back 2 dudes from break that essentially makes her free. But like this card just literally says tap restand.
Bananas.
I
So
made sure I
Byron,
took it all first.
what do you think, bud?
Oh man, I think it's gonna be really good for those 2 elements, just because it's gonna give them free cards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a mental orgasm. I'll be right back. I need a drink.
So did you remember the deck that what was it? Alex Hancock's played?
Yeah.
His Earth Wind deck?
Yeah.
This card would be super cool in
Oh,
that
yeah.
deck.
Yeah. And like, you played like the Shanto that damages everything and stuff like that. The other thing I liked also is that upon her release, because that build, like Earth Wind, it, in my opinion, it actually kind of struggled with having like a beater.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of your guys would sit there. It's like Arden, Shantoto.
Yeah.
They would sit there, right? This, I could slug you with this.
Hold on.
What's up? What's
Earth
up?
Wind 7 just got so much better.
Oh, yeah. No.
Did I cloud her in? Look at all my backups.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap out and play a Barrett and then fucking cloud this bitch in and
Yeah, it's actually...
restand all my shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good, dude.
God.
But yeah,
Oh, and it's so cool that you get you play it onto your field.
Yep.
And then you go to your opponent's turn and they attack and you can block and you just give it 2K.
Well, you get 4K, dude. She becomes because you can do it more than once.
Yeah.
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 It's not once per turn.
So and it doesn't even
that's so much
matter.
better.
So the fun part is that anything lower than her, she automatically beats. Anything higher than her,
She just walks under.
She just walks under it. She just goes,
man.
yo.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah.
And you know what's even cooler? Imagine her activating Tyro or Shantoto.
Look.
Yeah, you get some really you can get really far out there where the sky's the limit with her.
God.
She's so good.
All right, fine. We've gushed enough, I think.
Okay.
Urianger. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
These names are going to get me.
Yep.
He's a 3-cost Lightning Water, Scion of the 7. Oh, wow. Another one?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're getting Scions, yep.
Thanocrad's looking pretty good now. When Urianger enters the field, you can play a monster of cost 2 or less from your hand onto the field. Skeleton, nice. When you do, choose a forward the opponent controls, return it to their hand. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So what do you think, bud?
Well, I like monsters in general.
Wait, these are all the first times for you, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I've already been spoiled.
Sorry, I like soaking it up in when we're doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fun part because everybody gets to see my genuine react. This card fucking sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, this card's cool.
Yeah.
It costs 3. It's gonna play you something that costs 2. So you're for 3 CP, you're playing 5 CP worth of shit. Not to mention you get to bounce something back to your opponent's hand. They can't do anything about it.
Nope.
I think it's okay. I think it's decent. I don't know if you'd play it in the actual
don't
Scions deck,
Okay.
just because the other ones are under the 2-drop
Grabs
yeah.
equal to your
Yeah.
Scions. Yeah.
I think this card's cool for like other decks,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think you'd play it in your Scions deck.
That's fair.
This is just a me thing.
Mm.
I don't like it being a forward. I'd rather have it as a backup, but I guess it would have to cost more.
Dude, if he was a backup, that'd be
That's
insane.
fine. I know.
Wait, have we gotten any multicolor backups?
No.
Good.
They've all been forwards.
Okay,
Good. Let's keep it that way for this set. Backups
All right,
next set.
but I really like this guy because you can free play like your electric jellyfish with him. You can free play your dragon with him. You can
Your Kamakamui.
he's 3-drop.
No. Dang it.
Like you said, free drop skeleton, and then skeleton actually gets a counter off of it.
Yo.
Oh, do some other really decent ones that you can get with this Tonberries, because Tonberries reduces power by 2K.
Cleon, is that another one?
Cleon, I can see Cleon
It's okay.
It plays any monster.
of 2 or less.
2 or less.
I mean, the biggest meme would just be play grenade, but
He walks in with it. He's like, I got a hot one for
the
you.
one fire card in my deck is fucking
No,
grenade.
and when you bounce their forward, I'll fucking do it again. But yeah, no.
I'm telling you, spice.
I do see him getting played off backups though, because trying to discard a lightning card and then dole the backup to play him. Although if you have him out already when you pop Thancred, my biggest gripe with Thancred's having a water forward or out with your water backups to resurrect something.
I'm a dummy, so I just need to double check something. Keep going though.
But
Gotta see me do this.
I really feel that he fits that bill with Thancred.
Oh wait. I can just do this.
And because when you have Urianger out already and then Thancred checks, he'll be able to grab Layla and then Viking, because he's already a water forward. And then when you have a water backup and you have Thancred out, because if you have 2 water backups and then Urianger, and then you play Thancred, that's Layla Viking right there. Straight up.
So, I mean, you could do it this way. Why not just play this and then play Urianger and then play the other shit too?
Well, that's what I'm saying is that you already have Urianger out. And then when you rip into your Thancred, then all you need is 2 water backups, and then you can Layla Viking after that and then draw a card.
That's pretty cool. I think that card's super neat.
No, he's good.
I like Water Lightning right now just because Water Lightning does some pretty niche, interesting shit. All right. Y'shtola.
Yeah. 3-drop. She's a Scion of the 7th Dawn. Category 14. Has haste. Pretty sweet. She's an Earth. She's an Earth Wind forward. Yeah, she has haste. And when she's dealt damage less than her power, it's 0 instead.
Why is she a 9K?
Oh, by the way, hold on. She can't be blocked by forwards that cost 4 or more. Are you starting to see a theme with Earth Wind forwards now? They play limbo under anyone that's bigger than them.
Dude, why is she a 9K? She's a 9K. Just that in general is fucking ridiculous.
She's aight.
Wait until you get to a 2-drop.
No, she's shut up. I know, shut up. She's an okay. If you encompass everything, she's a 9K 3-drop that has haste that can't be dealt damage less than her power.
Yep.
So, Afrida doesn't do shit to her.
Okay.
The board wipe doesn't do anything to her.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to hit her.
Fan for it.
I mean, sure.
No,
but like, you'll play
just,
something else that just tells Fanfrit no.
You solve her the same way that you solved when you stole it, and that's straight break. And we have really decent straight break, especially since like Kuja will actually have relevance
But
now.
like she's so cheap that like it almost feels bad.
Well, I mean, Kuja does kill 3-drops.
That's fair.
So
I don't know. I just feel like because she's a 3 cost, like the price for putting her out isn't hefty enough to be like, oh, you broke my digital, I'll just play something else. You already got the value off the swing.
I just think it'd be super goofy that on a main phase 2 you Phoenix her, and then on your turn you activate with her and then swing in.
I kind of agree with that. That it's kind of cheap, but at the same time, like I think the way that they were building these cards, they thought that it would be harder just because you have to play both elements to play it on board.
It's a card to back up.
And you also have to fight with Wind Y'shtola. So you have to decide, do I play Wind Y'shtola? Do I play this Y'shtola?
Man, wait till they say I'm glad they decide not to be like, oh yeah, you can give this card multiple.
Yeah, I think it'll just be very dependent on what your deck wants to do with this card.
Weird. Sorry for all the scrolling. I'm just kind of like looking through everything else. I think the card's cool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these multicolored cards are actually really solid. I just think with the way the game plays, they're still easy to put out if they're cost 3.
Yeah.
If they're cost 4, it's still easy because it's 2 cards or it's 2 backups in a card or 4 backups. Anything higher than that is a little iffy because you need both the colors, but like you're still gonna make it. It just feels awkward. I would think.
Right. Okay. So I have. Oh wait, yeah, Quancho Queen.
Last one's Quancho Queen, and then you got your whole.
Yeah,
awesome
I got
lineup.
my list.
Freaking art again.
Quancho
So
Queen.
cool.
Yeah.
Byron, take us away since you want to.
The shimmer's so good.
All right. So Quancho Queen, it's a queen job, and it's a WAF character. So Quancho Queen is also a monster in all situations. When Quancho Queen enters the field, choose one monster of cost 2 or less in your break zone. Add it to your hand. If it is also a forward, play it onto the field instead.
What was Travis's like cool interaction with this? Was it Goblin?
Yeah.
2-drop Goblin?
Yeah, 2-drop Goblin. And then you could play it, and then if you're able to attack with them, you drew 2 cards off of it. Which, that's all right.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Travis likes to think of just drawing cards. I'm not going to lie. I think Travis literally has like a boner for just having a big hand.
Well, like I said, I'm predicting in an opus or 2 that we're going to see Waterfire Waff because we have Frit, right? And then we have her now. She can free play Frit. And then you're using Lan to tempo out your monsters with Brave because she can be a 13k with Brave. They're not blocking that. That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Yeah. And then you still play Ryan in it, right? And then you're doing Water's thing of, power reduction and actually getting through with like drawing a couple extra cards. Because Waff's issue was running out of gas, like after they've handled your Ryan and you can't find Ryan fast enough.
Now you have a way to just play without needing her, or we're getting close to it.
Yeah. So, I think she's neat, but until we actually start getting some more water waft support, I'd say I have her as a solid B+. She's
I
she's
don't know,
decent.
man. She looks part penguin. I like penguins, and put her up in the A tier if I'm gonna be on it. I'm just kidding.
All right.
You're just like, yeah, part penguin. I can.
And
do.
James was like super in love with the
James
art.
was, yeah.
Yeah, the art's
really
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Waff art in general, in my opinion, like the chibi-esque forms are really nice.
Especially the promo land, the 3-drop one. And he has that big old head. He's like, ah!
Big ol' ass head. All right,
That's cool.
you're up.
Okay, so
I don't know if we can find these cards on there, so we're just gonna go back
Yep.
to bam. Hey, what's up?
in one of my groups, they've actually have like a spoilers list. So we have Belle. She is a 3-drop ice backup. That's category Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, so no stalling can grab her. When she enters the field, your opponent reveals their hand. Select a card of cost 4 or more in their hand. They discard it.
Let me see this bitch.
Oh, dude, no, she's good.
Yeah, pass it over here after.
Yeah.
Hey, wait your turn.
I said pass it over here after. Didn't I?
So your opponent searches Kadaj, right? And they didn't play it right away? Cool. He's gone.
I mean, it's 4 or more. So it's a.
It hits Kadaj. That's the main thing you're looking for.
It's Isis Zidane.
Yeah.
That does. I mean, technically,
Yeah.
you could say Kate Sith is Isis Zidane, but I don't want to give them.
Well,
extra
he
credit.
removes it from game,
Yeah.
and so
This
that's
card just says pitch the card, and it's
Yeah.
another way to make them lose hand.
yeah. Oh, I see a Chanteau in your hand. Okay, it's gone.
Yeah, and like if you need the backup, it's also really good too.
You're saying FFCC is
Yeah, Northstalin
right?
grabs it, yeah.
Yep.
So like I do see the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles control list cropping up again because we have Kuchaspel, we have her now, we have Northstalin, we have Chalinka, we have Alaria. And like we play the 4-drop Zidane that reveals their hand and they discard forwards, and then you're able to activate wind characters off of it. Attacking twice with that Zidane, so you've already Sephiroth them, right? And then when they're trying to stabilize again, you Sephiroth them, right?
Yeah.
And like you just keep it going.
I think it's a nice once. I think that card's kind of nice if you're
It's a
already kind
one
of
of.
set up.
Yeah.
A little.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I mean, it'd feel bad if you don't hit anything.
Let's see, because it hits.
Has to be 4 or
card
higher.
of cost. It hits. No, it
Yeah.
hits summons. It hits backups. It
Yeah,
hits,
I know.
It hits everything.
Yeah, but I mean, like
think-
if your opponent doesn't have any cards that are 4 or higher, which I mean is unlikely. But
I mean, it depends on the
yeah,
deck.
Yeah.
But I mean, my big thing with this is that you search for Kadaj, it's gone.
Yeah, like I think she's a very good reactionary card.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, did I just see you pick up something that's cost 4 or higher that might actually fuck me up? Hey, dude.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
pay
no.
3. Let me get that card.
All right. So I'm super excited for this card. So there's an Ultros that came out. He's a 2-drop. He's category 6, right? Octopus. Can't forget that. When
Hey, Ultros is in the card art for Realm. Continue.
oh yeah, where he's like that smear. I think that's so
It's
cool.
really good.
So, when Ultros is put from the field to the break zone, pay a water. When you do, search for an Ultros and add it to your hand. Remember 5-cost Ultros from Opus 9, baby?
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. Since this is the theme of the Opus.
But wait, there's more.
Dole him. Put Ultros in the break zone. Choose a forward. It loses 5,000 power.
Damn.
And is a
Pretty
2-drop.
Good. That's really fucking good.
So,
Why play Skeleton with a Reinjure when I can just play Ultros?
he's not a monster, unfortunately.
No!
It's forward, right?
He is a forward.
Yeah.
Fuck this game.
I like it because that Ultros cares about Ultros being in your break zone. So congratulations, we can now have an Ultros that deals 5k to your opponent's board when he attacks. And if you don't want to search for your 5-cost Ultros yet, go grab him.
And then Magic Pot the other one. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
You
so
could.
like,
I actually...
yeah, he basically pumped up the 5-drop Ultros. So now your Ultros is actually now dealing 5k when he attacks. And so like if you Chalinka that, you could 10k their board attacking with a 9k. That's hilarious.
It actually makes like the Ultros cards like
It
a little bit
ticks
more
now.
relevant for
Yeah.
sure.
It ticks now,
You're
and I think
saying
that's
some
super
things
cool.
are fading into view.
Yeah.
We're talking about things fading out later. That's the joke. All right, continue.
So we got a new Odin. It's a 6-drop coming from category 9. The cost required for this Odin is reduced by 1 for each Odin in your break zone. Cannot be 0. Okay, cool. Choose a forward, break it. What do you guys? Nope.
I like
Each is a
it
card.
just because it's kind of reminiscent of Ifrits.
And a Frida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of cool that they're giving something like that to lightning, and it's like, you know, breaking instead of like dealing damage, which is really cool.
So what makes me sad is that why didn't they just release this in Opus 10 with that lightning? I thought that would have been cool, because then at least in limited, you at least had a target with her, right?
No.
But I do see like potential to fiddle around with like an Odin tribal control, where you have the 7 cost for your EX burst, you have the 3 cost EX burst that kills a 2-drop and you draw a card, and then you have the one that kills 3 drops or less, and you have the one that kills 4 drops or less. And then you, if you want to consider like type 0 characters, you can have the one that kills it regardless, right?
Or just hit something for 7, yeah.
Yeah, that's 7k or less, right? Because there are still relevant 7ks. You still got Lock. You still got...
you could still play type 0.
Yeah, you got Marsh.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Cease herself is just really fucking good.
Yeah.
Fucking Black Hole's so nice.
Yeah. But I could totally see this because like you can grab this with the Opus 10 Lightning instead of grabbing 7 cost. So that way that Odin still stays in your deck. The struggle that I see with like that deck though is it needs a way to recycle those Odins back into the deck.
Yeah.
Because nothing feels worse than drawing that 7 cost one when we're like turn 2. I don't need it now.
Or you just need a way to like... I mean, yeah, besides recycling the deck, I think you need a way to like pull the Odins out of your break zone.
Right.
For lightning. I don't know if there is for sure because I don't delve.
I mean, there's the 2-drop that grabs lightning summons, and then there's also the 5-drop lightning that puts Odins back on top of your deck. That was meta relevant back in Opus like 4, but the problem is that things are just really fast. And Odin's 6, 7 cost, you're not gonna kill him in time.
Yeah.
All right, the contingent card that a lot of people have talked about recently.
I've seen this card a lot, and
Yeah.
I've looked at it a few times, but...
Barley. So here's the deal.
Barley.
He's an Ice Wind forward, 7k, Praetor from category 10. When one or more dual backups you control is activated due to summons or abilities, deal 3k to your opponent's board. When your opponent discards one or more cards from their hand to a summon or ability, choose a character, duel and freeze it. So, in case you guys didn't already know, hey, Noah, I want you to look up Ghido. Ghido. Do it right now.
That's the card they were comparing
Yep.
it to.
Yep. No, just right now. Just pull up Ghido.
Give me a sec. Hiya. Hiya.
We're going to do this live. Pull up, go to FFdex and pull up Ghido. Ghido. And I'm gonna see if you spot it. That's just Byron. Don't, if you spot it before him, don't spoil it. I want to see if he can catch it. I'm gonna see if you can catch it. Read him real close. Remember what Barley does, and now look at what Ghido does.
Oh, your thing did the thing.
Your thing did the thing.
So
Probably a forward.
no, he's a forward. That's a backup. So I'm gonna see if you can draw the line. Can you see the line?
Yeah. Hold on.
What's the line?
Oh, you just activate Ghido and fucking Barley goes off like crazy.
It's infinite.
Yeah,
It's an infinite.
It's an infinite loop.
Yeah, and everyone's all like, "Oh, well, they're gonna ban Ghido," and I think it's a legitimate control deck. I legitimately see a deck where you are able to get Ghido out, and if they don't Hecatoncheir it, congratulations, you win. Like you have a hard control board that your opponent can't respond to.
It says 5 or less, right? 5 or less.
No,
No,
you
5 or
you
more.
don't care about that line of text. You care that he activates himself.
Oh well, yeah.
Because you make the CP with him, and then he activates himself. That's 3k to the board. Dolan for a water, activate him. That's 3k to the board. So unless they're playing Minwoo or Larsa or any other reduction, being 0, you wipe their board. And then I could totally see it that you could play like a mono Earth deck that does all the colors, and you get Ghido out, and then you also get Kuchaspel out. You activate Kuchaspel so they can't prevent your damage, and you wipe their board.
So you have to play a tricolor deck for this, though.
No, you can play mono Earth. You have Shantoto. You have Tyro. You can actually play one copy of Kamari to get off their colors, and you're able to actually then get out Barley with Ghido already out. If they don't Hecatoncheir Ghido, then you win. So I see like a mono Earth list that has these other cards, because you have Tyro to search for Barley, and then you're able to play Thoradin to search out any card that you want, search out Guido, right? And you basically just cheese your opponent out.
Like
Now,
that really dumb Z's Infinite Loop that nobody uses though.
well,
Nobody
that,
uses that
yeah,
one.
yeah, but that's because that's a 5-card combo.
Yeah,
And then
it is.
that's also like the Windrake Thief combo that it needs you to be on damage 6 to give your forwards haste with Aranea.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just not feasible. This is feasible. I feel this is actually feasible. Byron, what do you think?
I think right now with like the way the meta is, it's turning into a faster meta. So I think this deck is gonna struggle a little bit just because it needs a little bit of time to set up, right?
Well, that's why you just play Removal EX Bursts.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you also could have run the risk of not hitting them too.
That's fair.
So I think it's a good idea. I think
Well,
it's
that's why
good.
you
It's
play
gonna be a
Seymour,
good deck.
so you can stack your Odins on top. Duh.
I mean, I think
Take
it's
time
gonna be
to set up for Seymour to set up for something else. Yeah, big brains.
it's
Makes
definitely
sense.
gonna be a good deck. I think it might be a little bit too slow for right now, but I mean, we still gotta wait and see.
That's
we still
fair.
have to play with it.
All right, Gapal 3-drop. We finally got a new Gapal. Shock and awe, right? It only took 11 opuses. Also a category 10 character. 3-drop Earth 7k. The forwards forming a party you control gain Brave. All right, pretty neat.
Sick.
When a
that's
party
really
you
good.
control attacks, all forwards in that party gain 5k power until end of turn. So, he's a vanilla guy that whenever you're partying, they have Brave, so you don't have to worry about losing the advantage.
Can I get my C card Brave then?
I mean, yeah.
C card.
And
with
it's a
Brave
13k then.
Sounds really good. 13k that takes
2K
15 to
less.
kill.
17 actually. Well, it
yeah.
is 15. You're right. But yeah, no.
I like it.
The dude, like, again, they're playing in that party attack aspect, and like this opus is really big for that.
Yep.
He's neat. I mean, he's not like groundbreaking or anything, but I think he's neat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Earth has Brave dudes because he's an Earth card, right?
yeah,
But some of those important guys don't have Brave.
and he gives them Brave.
And giving those important guys like C card Brave just makes Earth stomp.
Yep. Byron,
Continue.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Kim.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's it?
No.
You don't know?
I don't got much else to say.
You don't
on
have a
that
whole
one.
paragraph to...
No, bro.
So,
Disappointed.
gentlemen, we have a new Lail. 4-drop forward, 8k Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Crystal Bearer.
He's bad. He's not the 2-drop. I'm kidding. Continue.
When he or a forward enters your field, he gets a counter. Remove 3 counters from him. Choose a forward. Remove it from the game. You can only do this when he's attacking.
Wait, what? Let me see that.
Did you block me? You fool. Poop.
So, whenever you play him, or whenever you play another forward, he gets counters. For every time he attacks, remove 3 of those counters, and you remove a forward from the game.
Oh, nice. Look at my Leo that I just played for free.
So, you play him in a deck that cheeses out a bunch of forwards. So, what would be hilarious is if you did him with Golbez, right? And Golbez dies, and you get 4 counters on Lail.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and like you put 4 counters on Lail because 4 forwards entered play. That's hilarious.
And then next turn, you get to swing and fucking
And remove a forward.
Remove the dude that hurt you the most.
And then you just replay Golbez, and
Tell
you're
me
like,
where
I'll
on
do
the
it.
doll Veritas touched you. Because he won't anymore. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, that's actually really good.
So yeah, it's
Is
super.
that a Freya?
Yeah, we have a new Freya, bud.
Oh, we have a lightning water card again.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
All right,
There's
so
a lot of those dual.
yeah, so 2-drop Freya. So she's lightning water. She's your dragoon. No duh. 7k for 2. So that's pretty sweet, right?
Power creep.
Pretty good.
Yep. So when Freya enters the field, choose one of 2. Draw a card and then discard a card. All right, you cycle. Not bad, right? Choose an active forward. Deal it 4k damage.
I like that.
So you know
Yeah.
that. So remember Rigdia when
Yeah.
people played Rigdia? You have Rigdia, and it's a dragoon, and it's a 7k. And I don't know about you guys, but I want a Phoenix this. Because you 2k the board, and then she can 4k something.
That's really
And then
good.
she's a 7k. So she'll trade into something, kill a smaller forward, and you killed 2 things with a summon. And you also got a dude to block. So
And
that's
we're
actually-
dumb and we play Terran. I'm just kidding. How we killed something.
So, gentlemen, what else do you think about her?
Go ahead.
No.
You lip smacked first. It's fine. I love the silence.
I think it's gonna be kind of cool for water. It gives water a little bit more.
You have to
push,
play lightning
yeah.
with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean you do, but it's not a bad
Lightning
color
water's
combination
so
though.
Cool.
Although I will say, with us getting so many lightning water forges, do you think it's because they're releasing Thancred?
Honestly, yes.
Because, like I said, that big gripe I had with you got to have like the actual water things on board for Thancred to be relevant. If you're fulfilling both those requirements, it actually makes it a lot easier for them.
I just think they're forwards, which when it comes to Thancred feels bad if they get removed.
But it's a 7K.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if you're playing these for not just for the purpose of them, but for the purpose of being like, hey, look at my Thancred, actually gets to do his full shit. They're forwards. I can just
Beam
6
them.
CP fanfrit and bop your forwards off, and your Thancred doesn't really do much.
That's fair.
That's why, like, I wanna wait another Opus and see what they do for like colored backups, multicolored backups. That way, I think Thancred would be a lot more.
Oh,
sturdier
if
over
we
time.
got a water lightning backup, Thancred becomes infinitesimally better.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Go
Go ahead, bud.
Do commercial.
Oh, we're not done with our previews yet, though.
Yeah, but we...
Commercial break. We'll be right back, babies.
This episode of Study Hall is sponsored by InkedGaming.com. Are you looking to get a custom playmat? Well, then we suggest you check out InkedGaming.com. They have custom playmats, dice bags, mouse pads, and so much more. They even recently added a stitch option to their playmats and mouses as well. Inked Gaming lets you play your game with your style. And if you want 10% off your entire order, use the code TCG University, all caps, no spaces at checkout, to help support us by customizing your game to your style. Cards Custom Build. Are you into cosplay? Looking to get into cosplay? Do you want to show up to events dressed as your favorite character? Well, then Cards Custom Build can help. Cards Custom Build creates everything from cosplay accessories like props, trinkets, weaponry, all the way up to full-blown costumes. Do you want your costumes made from a perfectly flowing cloth or maybe a rigid battle armor? Well, Cards Custom Build has you covered. Their work is guaranteed to make you the talk of the con. So go over to Cards Custom Build either on Facebook or on their Etsy account. Links will be in the description down below. And make sure you mention that TCG University sent you their way and you'll get 5% off your entire order. Dex Protection is on a never-ending pursuit to create the highest quality storage and protection accessories. Their designs and innovation come from die-hard gamers and collectors just like you, so they know what you want in the products that you buy. They're constantly taking in feedback from their customers, and they have no plans of stopping their innovation or drive to refine the products until they are recognized as a leader in their industry. They make terrific products, all with the avid gamer and collector in mind. So go ahead, check them out. A link will be in the description down below.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back.
We're
Hope you
back.
Enjoyed that commercial. Thanks, Tam. I hope it's his face, dude. It'd be hilarious if it was somebody else's. All right.
Seth. It's his face.
So, on to our next one. Light bulb moment. Nope. Sorry. Staples. You want to define this one again? I'm really bad at explaining this one.
So I saw a topic that talked about when good stuff goes bad.
That's it.
So the idea is that you play this card for so long that it comes to a point like, are you just putting it in your deck because it's a good card, or are you putting it in your deck because it actually has some kind of level of involvement with your game plan? The example I used for this was Wool, because a lot of people talk about, oh, well, Wool does all of these different things. He can damage a forward. He gives himself brave. He can 2K something. He can make he can have forwards not get targeted by EX bursts. Here's the problem though, is that a lot of that text isn't really relevant in like the current environment that we're in right now.
No, EX bursts are pretty searching based now.
Yep.
Wool's ability to, because I think Wool's biggest thing was like, hey, it's an AK dude with brave. I swing with him and leave him up to block. At this point, it's real easy to get around.
Yep. And he's the Dole forward taking 3.
It's not super relevant.
No one's playing Viking.
I mean, if they are, thanks to the card.
Yeah.
Like, oh, nice. Throw card. Awesome.
More
This
fuel.
is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Wool's out. I mean, he's still a good card. It's just with the way the meta is, he's not relevant.
Yeah, like it's a good stuff card, but just because it's a good stuff card, that doesn't mean that you're gonna jam it in there.
I'm just gonna flip this page over to this list of scrolly shit that I wrote down. Yeah, go.
No, I know you talked about Cloud earlier.
Yeah.
5CP Cloud.
He is a little decisive because Like when Opus 8 came out, everyone's like, wow, Fire actually got a good card for once. And then we kept getting good cards, right? But
and then Fire just took the show.
because the thing that I'm starting to see is that usually when people ask about, hey, so I'm like playing Fire in my deck, what are some cards I put in it? And people usually say, like, put 2 Cloud in it. You just say it so nonchalantly, right? Because it's of the EX. The thing, though, is that the thing you have to consider with Cloud is that if you hit him on early damage where he only does like 3 or 4K, if you can't really follow that up,
It's kind of wasted.
yeah, like it's not dropping.
It feels
there.
really bad.
Yeah.
You want to get the max value out of that card, and like Fire doesn't want to take too much damage either way. So it's really iffy. I think I personally think the only reason that card would still be relevant is early in the if you play it early and your opponent has to go, oh shit, I could kill this 9K and then have something else get pinged off board as well.
Yeah.
Because if you just leave it there until like you're by like damage 4 or 5, that card's probably killing something when it comes back.
Yeah, once he starts doing 7, that's when he has his
Yeah.
merit. But if your deck can't really like validate,
That's why you like need him out early. That way you have because even if it's a small number, your opponent usually doesn't want to kill that Cloud because they just don't want their shit getting pinged. Especially if it's like a mono Fire deck because they usually can follow it up
with 5, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I think the card's cool. I think it's still relevant to a degree. I just it's one of those I don't have any other option. I'll
Right.
throw it in. I can't figure out like if there's better options, you probably just you would swap it out.
Byron, thoughts?
I think obviously this always kind of comes down to the way that your deck plays.
Yeah.
But like personally, I like to include Cloud, also because it does like return. You know, like you can block with it, and then you have another. You can bring it back.
Yeah, so long as you chop
Yeah.
10 off, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's it can be kind of detrimental, like if you're going into the long game.
But if they're on 6 points, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that Cloud actually will just steamroll.
There was a game I played where my opponent had Deleta, the 5-drop one that says if you target me with a character, break it. I actually had Cloud block their wool, and he died. And then I targeted Deleta with my own Cloud, and then he died from Deleta's effect. And then he targeted Deleta again to kill Deleta, and then I got to kill a third forward. I had 2 cards left, and then I drew those 2 cards. And if I had a haste forward left out of those 2 cards, I would have won.
Dang. That's pretty good.
I was real short on gas, but being able to piggyback off of Deleta was super cool.
Besides Cloud, you had mentioned Nail.
So here's
I think I understand why, at least part of it, and that comes to forward counts in a deck. But
so originally people were like, "Wow, Nail's terrible. Why would I ever play this?" And then people started playing lots of forwards and like, "Wow, Nail only costs 2. That's actually kind of bananas." So what will happen is that when people are playing Fire decks, they go, "Oh, well, you know, I'm just gonna play 3 Nail,
Nope.
just because I feel like it."
bad.
The problem that comes there is that if you don't like, because Nail starts actually seeing impact once you get to about 26 to 27 forwards. That's when you actually see like the impact. When you really push it is when you hit 30 forwards. Once you kind of get over that arch with like when you hit like 32, 33 forwards, Nail's insane because you practically guarantee that you're going to hit 2 forwards. Because by that point, when you're playing Nail, you're killing them. That's the idea.
Yeah.
And that's why you play 3s. So when you do fish it, then you can play it when it's ready. Instead of, oh, I drew Nail too early. Sucks to suck. I have to deal with it. So, and the other thing too is that you see the other lines of text and people will willy-nilly their backups just to kill things. I've also been a victim of this, of just willy out my 4 backups to kill 2 things on board, but I haven't killed you.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I have to sit here and try to build back row while I get mollywopped. So what do you think, bud?
I think in any deck that doesn't play the quote unquote proper amount of forwards, Nail is not too much worth it unless you're able to generate the backups quick enough to essentially pay for her mostly with backups, or to generate a hand big enough to just be okay not plussing constantly.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to it, like, well, if you just need a big body, They'll give that to you.
Yeah. I mean, 9K for 4 is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we already saw that with Kadaj.
Yeah.
9K for 3. Yustola is better.
The other, 200, IQ idea with it, if you wanted to kind of do, a genius play with it, is that if you want to get 3 cards to your break zone, I mean, I could see it, but that's not really a realm people have explored with Nil yet.
Yeah.
Especially with Kadaj still floating around, it's not a very good idea.
Besides Nail,
Mm-hmm.
because we had Cecil
From
5 CP
Earth.
Cecil. I see the value in that card. I think that card falls into the same category as Cloud. Honestly, if you
Yep,
hit it too early,
for
it's
sure.
not worth it.
Yep.
And to
Yeah, since when's Cecil going to kill a 1-drop?
yeah, to get really good value out of it, you want to play it in the mid game at best. You don't want to play him late, because then you're just gonna deal yourself a point and probably end up killing yourself.
Yep.
And you don't want to play him too early because he's not gonna hit anything important.
Yep.
So you have to be able to balance that out, which is really hard if your opponent's super aggressive, or if they take forever and they don't deal the damage you need. You have to draw into 2 Cecils to actually do something. But Earth does have really good searchers like Tyro and Gabby,
Oh, yeah.
so it can balance it out. It's just more of what could you play instead of playing Cecil?
Well, I mean, if you have dark characters in your deck, Deathlord's an option because he lets you search for dark characters.
Emperor Gestalt, same cost. Break something on play, break himself, play another dark dude.
Yeah.
I think Emperor is a lot better than Cecil.
I want to build a deck with that card again.
There's
'Cause
actually-
I think Emperor Gestalt's real funny to just break him and then play Reagan and pick him back up.
There's actually a Fire Ice build for 6 that actually does play one of Gestalt because he is a 6 character.
Oh, he is. That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you're looking for straight breaks for your 6 deck, he is an option. And he does count for Lock, and he counts for Celeste, and it's an option.
Yeah. It doesn't have I don't think Fire Ice has the straight breaks you want. I think it has the burn potential, and I think it has the ability to lock down a board. But
And kill dull stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But just straight snapping like a Yashola.
hey, look at that. Gone.
Neat.
Speaking of Yustola, that's another one I wanted to add on there. I think Yustola depends heavily on if people are burning things off board or straight breaking things off board.
Yep.
And it's real funny to put your opponent in that really dumb situation where you're like, I'm just going to break your Yustola. You want to break her to cancel? Thanks for getting rid of the card either way. Dab.
Yeah, getting your Kujad sucks.
Yeah. I think that's what makes that card good. That's what makes or breaks the card is whether people are relying on burning to deal with your stuff like firewood, or if they just have the ability to straight break and say, haha.
Byron's already found out how he got hard carried against Justola when we played on stream. Is that I just put out Justola in mono wind, and I'm just gonna build back row now.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, it's really rough when you're just playing fire.
Because, I mean, when burn's your only, major removal, you have to fish for Veritas, or else Justola's going to carry the
Board wipes
entire...
get around her, right?
Shantoto, maybe. But if it's damage-based, she doesn't care.
Oh, so even
Yeah.
Ifrita just
Yeah.
fucking bites the dust.
Yeah, she doesn't... Yeah, if it's damage-based, she doesn't care. And
But-
if it's, if it's a backup trying to hurt her, doesn't care. If
I
it's
mean, it does, fire does have, a way around it, but you have to see the card. It's a 2 CP backup. Can't remember now.
what'd it do?
The one that it stops it from, or
Kuchaspel, yeah.
Kuchaspel.
Good Jaspel.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you have to fish for Kuchaspel, or it's, that's your out.
And even then,
You
fire,
have to draw it.
in my fire build, I think I only play 1 Kuchaspel. It's going to be really hard for me to say, for me to see.
Yeah.
So if you're playing your Stella like you did, you were just able to go through me because
We just ham it.
I didn't find it because I only played it as a 1 of.
Okay.
So
All right. So,
Kalmanot. That's my last one here.
Oh, Kalmanot?
Sorry, I just think this
Man.
one's really important too.
the dark one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that card's been kind of falling off.
He's
honestly.
phased out.
Only reason I see people play that card is so they can grab their chaos.
Yep, because you Star Symbol Kalmanot Chaos. But the
Yep.
thing is, though, is that Deathlord does that now.
Yep.
And you can still discard him for CP. So,
There's no reason to play
Yeah.
Kalmanot, really. It's not like he's been crept out as much as just the meta doesn't people play multicolored decks a lot more than they would monocolor, and it's
and you
hard
have
to deal
Tyro,
with that.
you have Tyro to fix now.
Yep.
You have a lot of ways of Star Symbol into Shantoto. to get for your color fixing. And I think the options have opened up a lot more since Commandant's like existed. So you don't necessarily need Chaos to anymore.
Do you feel like Camelot's gotten a little bit? It was like a little too slow now, just because like I feel like there's more cards that your opponent can actually play to get rid of it right away.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
That card, if the turn you play that card, you better clench your ass cheeks and cross your fingers and hope your opponent doesn't kill it. They
Yep,
probably
you have to
will.
wait a whole turn cycle.
Yeah, like-
Meanwhile, Kadash is like, "Hi, bye."
Bye.
Yeah.
It's just like he's the dude waving at you from the window. He's the drive-by shooter. He's like, I was here and then I wasn't.
No, oh, you know that gif where they're bringing in the pizza and everything's going on, they just walk out, or it's the Simpsons one where his grandpa coming in, and he takes
yeah.
his hat and he walks back out. That's Kadash.
That is Kadash. He's just like, hi, bye.
All right, so what else we got, Noah?
Our final topic today, guys. This is the big level up moment. Light bulb moments. I use moment twice, and I hate myself for doing that in the same fucking like breath. Okay, your big ahas. Those moments, God,
That
where
changed the game for
You
ya?
sit down and you go, "Wow, I didn't know this cool combo existed," or "Holy shit, this deck functions way better than I thought it did," or like you just figure out how to play things differently that like just throws everything into a whole new perspective.
So it's not necessarily like a combo for me, but like my first like light bulb aha moment was when I was playing at my first local qualifier here in Omaha at LWG, and I was playing in top 8. I think it was top 8 or it was like the last couple rounds, but I ended up making top 8. But I was playing against
I did too.
what was his name? Lopez, last name. He's a pretty relevant player from KC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he like top nationals or something. Anyways,
We did. Yeah.
The way like I was kind of newer to the game at that point, but I had Goblin. I was playing Fire Water, and I had Goblin out, and then I ended up giving one of my characters haste, but then he ended up making me miss timing, so I didn't draw. So like I didn't get my attack through, and I didn't draw the card from off a Goblin.
Yep.
So he made me miss timing, and I was like, "That's how that works."
Yeah.
And I was so confused because like I was just like I kept reading the cards, and I was like, "There's no way that you're making me miss timing, so I can't draw my card."
No.
And I was like, "Well, shit. I guess that is how that works."
Yeah, because like FF has interesting interactions when it comes to its rules. Like it has those checks. Like Renoa is a common example. Renoa will check to see if that's forwards there, and then if it's not, it doesn't happen. Light Cloud's another great example. Like his 7K that I've never gotten off ever, not even EX. You know, because he's the 3-drop Cloud that if you have another 7 forward, you can 7K something. I've never gotten that off.
I've gotten that off before.
I haven't. I wish I had.
The only reason I got that off was because I religiously played for it. When I used to play Fire Earth 7, I would always. It was a flip flop because I was like, man, if I don't have Barrett on the field, I guess I'll just throw down this Tifa, then throw down Cloud. But like,
That feels so bad.
I wanted Tifa to be cheaper, but I was like, oh fuck it, who cares? So I'd like throw down something real dumb like Tifa, and then I'd be like, look at my Cloud 7K.
That's funny.
I mean, we did it. I wasn't a good
We got
player then,
there.
but like, it was real fun.
Got there.
Rather it'd been Barrett, but you know. Whatever.
But yeah, I could definitely see that, like, with getting the idea. And the same's with Locke also, because, like, it's knowing the difference between checking on entry or checking when I hit field. Because, like, if I'm on the field and then check, like, you can interact with that and, like, remove.
Lock is on entry, right?
No, it's a conditional. So,
So if they
that's why.
snipe your dude, lock doesn't go off.
Yeah, that's why Ghost doesn't work with him. Because the Ghost has you pay 2 ICP and he resurrects himself when you play a 6 forward. Because everyone was like, wow, if I play Lock and get Ghost out, I make them discard a card, right? No. Because Lock checks before he enters. Like when you're playing him, that's when he checks.
Got you.
And if you fail to meet that, he does not discard. Whereas if the card enters because there's a difference between like when and if, right? Like when there's 2 category 6 cards other than Lock, you get to discard a card. The same's with Sakura, and why all that like damage stuff and like Phoenix and stuff like that doesn't work with her, because when she checks, they're not damaged yet, and then Phoenix happens. So you have to pre-damage them in order to draw the cards with her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally see where you're going with that. What about you, Noah?
I don't know. I want to say it was when I built Turks, honestly.
Yeah.
And when I actually, you know what? I take that back. It was when I learned how to play my Fire 6 deck that I built. How did I not know how to play a deck I built? I played it to ramp up damage to make Sabin and Dataluma worthwhile. But those aren't the cards you play for. You play for Celeste, Lock, and Shadow.
Yep.
So you play the mid-range game, and then you play like Dataluma or Sabin for like the later turns to like actually take care of the bigger dudes. You can't just keep dull.
Yep.
That's probably one of my biggest aha moments, because that was when I think I played your Shiva Ice deck.
Mono Shiva, yep.
That was when it clicked how to fucking play my 6 deck.
Good.
Took
I'm glad I helped
forever
you.
to figure that out.
There's a reason I explained it to you why Locke was so insane. I'm
Well,
like,
I knew why. I just
Yeah.
I couldn't for the life of me grasp the concept of how to play them in the proper order. That was the issue.
the sequencing.
I was just playing those cards at the wrong times. They were flip-flopped.
Okay.
I wanted Lock earlier, not later. I wanted Dataluma mid instead of early. Like Sabin, you can come in late and give me the damage 5 and I can play Squall. Hilarious. I love doing that.
Yep.
And then building Turks, I guess, would be another one. Building,
Okay.
like, after... It's funny I say this, but after building Turks, I'm more than 100% positive my ability to play this game went up a lot more.
Okay.
Because I at that time, I was also playtesting a lot with you guys, and Travis was also hounding me on shit.
Right.
And, like...
Telling you to get good.
And, like, I put Turks together, and I was like, well... I tried 7 before, it was good, but it wasn't my best. And then I put I saw how Turks works and how Birthing Pod Cloud just like works so well with Rufus.
Oh, yeah.
As a fucking meme. I'm gonna snipe my dude off board to play something bigger and then shoot your dude for 5. Lit. And it just functioned. Like, it did what I wanted it to do, and it exceeded my expectations.
All right. So mine.
Is it the monks?
No. Well, actually, so monks was my secondary.
Okay.
My first was I was playing with a friend who also does this game competitively. He was playing Mono Fire, and I was playing my Mono Ice, Mono Shiva build, right? Which is a mirror of Mono Fire, but for ice.
Yeah.
This was still his experimental phase, right? And this game's down to the wire, right? He's on 5 damage, I'm on 5 damage, and we finally get each other to, we're at that point where every card matters at this point. And I managed to get a 6 point of damage into him. And he realizes that he had 2 cards left when he went to 6 points of damage. So on his turn, he drew 2 cards, and we both kind of walked it back. He's like, I searched one more time than you did. And for me, for this game, that's when I actually started sitting there and I'm like, wow, I don't have to necessarily deal 7 points of damage to kill you. If I deal you 2 points, right? Let's just consider 2 points of damage, right? You're drawing more than me. You're searching more than me. You're pulling cards out of your deck more than me, like with Fat Chocobo, or when you're searching with Mont Blanc, or you're searching with Gabby, or all these other, because this game's all about searching, right? You want to search. You want to search. Being able to recognize that, hey, I can't beat my opponent by dealing 7 points of damage to them. They have assembled their backups. They have their removal. Like, there's a good chance that I'm not going to be able to deal 7 points of damage to them. It's kind of like what would happen in boxing. We have to turtle up, and you have to be able to kind of like twist out the damage they're trying to deal to you.
Becomes the game of attrition. You just wait for them to deck out.
Yeah.
Is that what led to your minefield thing too?
Yeah,
as well?
at that same time, I found Mitsuki's Minefield, and that's when I became so enamored with it.
Yeah.
Was because it's like, here's an idea where I just focus on removing the most relevant threats that I can. Yes, it means that I have to kill virtually every forward in your deck. But
then you're forcing yourself to like search out your forwards and play them even faster to try and deal with it.
Yeah, because if you play against people that all they do is barf out forwards and they're not building back row, then if I Kamikamoy this and I Ramu that and I Terraping this and then Ramu that, when you're just drawing on 3 cards and you say pass, I'm like, cool, I'm just going to build back row now.
Yep.
And when you're doing stuff with like Lulu to deal damage here and then removing things from the game here, and you're able to kind of continue through with that. And then, like, there's another duel that I had during our locals. My opponent goes, hey, wait a minute. I have this many cards in my deck. How many cards you got in your deck? They saw the 10-card deck. Dude, I scoop. I can't, like, you have control. I can't get through this.
You just sit there turtling, and
Yeah.
by the point they realize that it's too late,
Yeah.
they won't have enough cards to do it.
Yeah, that your focus is to deal 7 points of damage to me. If you can't have enough forwards to deal 7 points of damage to me, you can't do anything.
Yep.
So that was like my real big major level up moment, is where I actually kind of stepped back from the game and I realized I don't necessarily have to deal 7 points of damage to kill you. And it's even like, it's a lot harder to do now with Riku being banned, because with Riku, like, that was a legit way you play the game. Is you did like the very original
mill
YRP, is you milled 10 or 12 cards with Riku, and then you just played hard control the rest of the game.
That's not what I'm looking for, but that's something similar that I really want to do with this dumb Paul deck. I just want to be able to get Paul to mill 12 and just sit there and relax the entire game.
And then just do kind of like
cards out of your deck. If I feel like I want to do it again, or I can mill 24 cards out of your deck and sit there and be like, there's half your deck's gone.
All right, so make it so Paul's the problem in the deck,
Yeah.
not like Marsh Reeds or anything like that.
Marsh Reeds is there to distract people from Paul. That's the point.
Okay.
That's why I put it in that deck, because like Marsh Reeds is really good, obviously, but like
It's insane.
Paul's
It's the de facto
Paul's
combo
the
right now.
funny sleeper of like, hey, you put me to 3, Marsh Reeds is out, but hey, look at this Paul that mills 12. You want to deal with this Paul? No, Marsh Reeds.
No.
Deal with Paul? Okay, Marsh Reeds. Deal with them, Paul. Like,
Yeah, okay.
it's two major threats, because Paul doesn't deal a point of damage when he hits. Paul deals 6 points of damage when he
Essentially.
hits. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
sorry, buddy.
Yeah, and I could see the advantage with Paul there. Like, if you're able to kind of open him in for like 2 hits, and the rest of that time you're able to kind of like, again, turtle up and you
Yeah.
play like Diabolos and stuff like that, I could see it feasibly where you're mainly just getting him just so that way you can like get ahead in the long game and then just sucker your opponent out.
So, like, the way I want the deck to work is to set up for Paul, which it can be very slow. You can do it like once every other turn.
Yep.
Because by that point, you're like working on like all your other pieces, like Marsh Reeds coming out, which is a lot simpler. And then by the time they're out, Paul, all you got to do is slap Paul down and Chilinka, and you're good. You
Okay.
pop Goblin, and you have like Unsei Ganashi or something already out, or Spicelian, they can't do anything.
Okay. And I like that you brought up when I came across monks, because I had a lot of conversations with friends that were talking about, well, I need to build these decks, but I got to find this hero and I got to find this legend. And I kind of thought to myself, I'm like, I understand that people play Pauper where it's like you play with like rares and commons only. I'm like, I'm going to take that a step further, and I'm just going to like get just commons. There are a lot of insane commons, and the other cool thing about this helped me recognize the game as the curve has went up, what we expect in a common. Like,
We expect a lot out of commons now.
yeah, I saw like when Odin was a common, when Opus 8, when they reprinted like Odin, Brynhildr, and Chaos Walker,
Yeah.
from Opus 1 rare to a Opus 8 common,
Yup.
like that's bananas. And yeah, did you guys know that Idiolus is a common? The one that grabs an ice character and he's an EX burst. He's a common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, it's those little things like that, right? Like you're looking through and you're like, wait, how is this a common? Like, and I look back in Opus 1 or 2, this is a rare ability that you're now giving to a common.
That's
right?
power creep of the
Like
game.
the nice part is that I like this game that they make strong common cards, because then it kind of makes it lets you be able to play the game.
Yeah.
So I guess this might sound weird. What I think the coolest benefit is that they take what would have been a rare card and make it a common. So like obviously there's going to be the power creep there.
Absolutely.
But they're not adding in anything brand new. They're just upping the value of what a card can do. And it's not like it's a big major change.
No.
It's literally one step down for the card to do something that another one did beforehand. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's a downshift
It's-
in rarity.
Yeah, it's a really slow / consistent one. Like it's not so quick that like you go from fucking legend to common in 2 sets. And you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, like no, but like a rare to a common or like a hero to a rare, it really helped me kind of like get an idea of what an expectation is for my card for playing it. Because when I was doing all their common monks, like this, like the monk sub theme just kind of happened on accident, right? Because I was going through and it's like, oh, well, Miner grabs a card and he's a common. Bongo grabs a card and he's a common. Oh, Ursula is a common. Is there a common Yang? Oh, all right, neat. Let's just play them together. And it really helped me just kind of go through, and because challenge breeds creativity, and working within a commons only workspace, you sometimes have to like really figure out, okay, I have to cut a corner, but how do I cut it to where I get what I want, but without it being like janky or bad, right? Like, I don't want to have to do like a 4-step convoluted thing to get to the thing I want. Because if that's the case, I would just go and play a different card anyways. That just does it. Like, but if it only takes like 2 steps for me to do it, that's okay.
Yeah.
So like me looping Twin Fangs with Ursula, like it naturally falls into place because Earth naturally has recursion. And then the idea is just spam Twin Fang on Ursula, and I have a 9K for 2 at whatever forward I want.
Seems good.
Yeah. And then that's my unfair thing in commons, right? So those were my major level up moments, and just being able to overall really appreciate the the value of my lower rarity cards. And on top of that, just realizing like the long game where my decisions at like turns 3 to 5 dictate like if I search one too many times or two too many times, that's why I lost. Like
You've definitely got that going through me too. Like I mean I play my deck how I play my deck.
Yeah.
But I do think about like, man, if I like oversearch shit,
I'll lose.
yeah. Like if I actually don't need this card, I'm not gonna look for it.
Yeah. So that's what we got.
Yeah, dude. Think we wrap it up here all nice and put a little bow in the middle, not on top. Why do that? Thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to check us out in the post show that we're gonna go into right about now.
All right.